Hi guys, I hope you're all doing good. I am doing great. I know it's been a long time, but here I am again. And today I want to start a three-part series on the topic, the three vices that we need to conquer in order to have success in any area of our lives. And those three vices are instant gratification, procrastination, and inconsistency. And on this first episode, I want us to talk about instant gratification. We all struggle with instant gratification. There is no exception. We all struggle with it. And I want us to go back into history to understand this. Our forefathers, when they went out there to look for food, to gather food, if they killed an animal for, to have a meal, or if they had something sweet to eat just for to gain some energy, they had to do it there and then. Why? Because if they didn't do it, they probably would have to wait weeks or sometimes even months for such an opportunity again. So they had to do it there and then. It was a matter of survival. Fast forward thousands of years later, here we are today. We still have these primitive instincts from our forefathers, but we live in a totally different time. We don't have the same struggles that they had. If I want some food, I just go out to the supermarket and buy it, or I go to the farm and pick it up. So we still have these primitive instincts, and yet we're living in a totally different time. And this leads to problems. It makes us make decisions that are basically going to screw our future. I'm going to give you several examples. One example, here's a young man whose goal is to become financially independent in a few years. He has a good job, but he wants to be financially independent at one point in time so that he's not totally depending on his job. And he knows that to get there, he at least needs to save 10% of his earnings and invest part of this money so that it may grow, so that he may at one point become financially independent. We all know that. We all know that we need to do that. But how many do it? How many do it? So here's this young man. He knows he needs to do that, but what does he do? He prefers like buying the latest gadgets, buying that new, beautiful, expensive car that costs, say, like $70,000, and yet he earns like $2,000. So he's basically making this kind of decision that will mean that he's screwing his future. He's basically screwing his future. He has the gadget, he has this new good-looking car, but he's screwing his future. And this is something that a lot of people do. And think about it. This car or whatever gadget he's bought depreciates in value every year. The value goes down every year. So here's a person who's spending so much money on a gadget whose value goes down. And by the way, in order to be able to buy that gadget or that car, this person has to go into debt. Because if you're making $2,000 or $2,500 a month and you're buying a $75,000 car, you have to go into debt if you don't have any savings or if you didn't get any money from somewhere else. And that's what a lot of people do. Just to have this feeling, I have this new beautiful car, and basically screwing the future. And here's another young man whose aim is to cut down on his weight and have this athletic body, a body that's completely shredded. And he knows that to get there, he'll have to eat healthy food and he'll have to work out. But here comes the reality. Every single day, he knows he needs to get up and go out there, do some exercise. He needs to go to the supermarket or whatever and buy healthy food and make this food at home. But then, the sweet tooth comes in, or there's this beautiful cake, or, there's this, he's driving by a fast food restaurant and he just can't keep off going in there. And so he keeps on, pushing that into the future. I'm going to do it someday. I'm going to do it someday. And then he wonders that there is no change. The reality is anything that is of value takes time to build up. Anything that's of value really takes time. Nothing just happens in a day. If you want to be skillful in something, it's the steps that you take every single day are going to lead you there. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, but you're going to have to keep on walking until you get there. So the question is, how do I conquer, or how does anyone conquer instant gratification? You will conquer instant gratification by connecting to your goal, by completely connecting to your goal. Asking yourself, what do I want to achieve? What is important for me? And if I know this is what I want to achieve, then I need to completely connect to that goal. Say if I want to cut down on my weight, or if I want to be financially independent, I need to ask myself, what steps do I need to do to get there? And completely connect to that goal. Completely connect to it. So that you'll always be asking yourself, not the question, how much have I achieved, but how committed am I to my goal? And that will keep you going. That will just keep you on focus and keep on going and going. And that's the only way you can conquer instant gratification. And I know that we can never conquer it 100%. There will be times when you'll feel like, oh well, once in a while I want to eat a piece of cake, or once in a while I want to spend some money on something I like. And you can do that, yes. But you should completely connect to your goal. Completely connect to your goal, so that you know that whatever I'm doing should never come between me and my goal. I want to keep on moving, and I want to conquer instant gratification. I'd rather save now. I'd rather cut down on some things now. But then in future, I'm going to be able to afford everything that I need to afford, that I want. So it's very important for us to connect to a goal, and to make sure that nothing comes between us and our goal as we get there. So I hope you liked this video. And like I said, the next episode is going to be procrastination. And if you like this video, you can press the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you're really welcome to subscribe. And I'm looking forward to see you in our next video on procrastination.